my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Stepping off the plane, it's so easy to breathe again. Life in the big city has finally took its toll, and it's been so long, but I'm finally home and what better place to rest my weary bones than on this beautiful island where there's so much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight, just the beginning of our lives. Sweet Grenada, this is home, home, home. Sweet Grenada, yeah, this is home.
Yeah, Grenada, Carriacou, PD Morning, and the world. We like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program, people. This is where it all happens. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey people. Real thing to tell you about things that y'all haven't heard about before, things you haven't heard about today, things you want to know about. We have some updates and some stories for you, and we don't like to leave you in the dark with what's happening in the country. All right, so brace yourself. It's gonna be a good session. I want to say hello to the people who are looking at us on YouTube. We know that you're there. We want to say welcome to you. All right, guys, the folks on YouTube. Also, those of you who are currently locked in on Facebook, we say thank you for so doing and invite you to share the program. Yes, share the program on your wall. Share the program for somebody to see. Just share the business. All right, folks. And those of you who are viewing via WPG10, we'd also like to say thank you very much for viewing Mikey Live. Folks, let's take a look and see what's happening with the headlines. CFCIB Primary School Swimming Championships launched. Prime Minister launched his new family of polymer notes. We've been telling you about that. Woman allegedly beaten and raped on the roadside last night. We're going to tell you about that. Caribbean is currently in the heat season until October, says one expert. Also, 3 Jamaican policemen get 14.5 years for killing of a schoolgirl. We're going to talk to you about the extreme heat. Shiv Narayan Chandapal refutes claims that he's dead. Ja, no. Imagine you hear a man dead and then he call you on the phone and say, yo. Yo, I think to make man pass out, you know. And we have a few other things to tell you about, you know. So brace yourself. We want to say thank you very much again for tuning in. We'd like to as well let you know that the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean and the Colombian Emeralds International and as well WPG10. We'll be back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Tedison John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60, but as benefit expenses continue to rise and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rate in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Is it a bird? It's a plane. No, it's Super Saver. Quartz Super Saver sale is back with amazing deals of up to 50% off. Shop from Tuesday 28 to Friday 31st May and enjoy super deals on a wide range of items across the store. Offers valid for a limited time. Tuesday 28 to Friday 31st May. Be a Super Saver with up to 50% off. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Saturday 8th and Sunday 9 June, it's Whitsuntide Games 2019. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. See participating teams from Trinidad and Tobago, Montserrat, Antigua and Barbuda, Haiti, Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, French Guiana, Guadeloupe, France, and our very own local clubs and schools compete to be Whitsuntide Champion 2019. Games starts at 1 p.m. Admission $20. And coming to perform live at the games, it's the international Wasways and Grenada's Group Champion Dash. Saturday 8th and Sunday 9 June. Karani Gyms Athletic Stadium. Whitsun Tide Games 2019.
All right, folks, so welcome back to Mikey Live, and want to say hello to Sharon. All right, Sharon, we want to say hello to you. We see you on the program. You did say you were going to come. You know, I mean, Sharon say, you know what, I love the program. I wasn't getting it. We make sure we hook up, and now she's on the program. All right, so folks, let's go. Now, the first thing that we have to tell you about, boy, we want to take a trip to Carriacou, first of all. All right, and just give you a bit of notice here from Carriacou. All right, now the Public Works Division within the Ministry of Carriacou and the Petite Martinique Affairs and local government would like to inform the general public that the Brunswick Road connecting to Upper Lauriston will be closed from today, Wednesday, 29th May 2019, and they say that's until further notice. They are saying that this is due to road maintenance taking place in the area. All right. They'll say as the Public Works Division continues to work on improving the road and drainage network on the island, they want to thank you for your kind cooperation and understanding. So they're saying that the road will be closed until further notice. All right. So all you better tell somebody. All right. So they won't get harassed when they realize that they go to try to access the road and they can't get through. Although, as part of the station's community outreach initiative, the officers attached to the Grand Roy Police Station on Friday, 24th May 2019, hosted a soup kitchen. They prepared and distributed soup to the elderly persons in the communities of Mount Plaisy, Marigot, Old Road, Black Bay, Concord, and Brooklyn in the parish of St. John. Now, this initiative was executed with the assistance of members from the surrounding communities and is the third such activity for the year 2019. Now, the recipients, they say, expressed their gratitude to the officers, although they don't have to do that. You know, and when we say we want to talk about the good, this is the kind of thing that we have to talk about happening within the community, not only when things happen and, you know, people dead and that kind of thing. You know, and when something go wrong with the police and thing, everybody, wait. This is the kind of things that we have to talk about. Them police who had to do that, the members of the community didn't have to do that either. You understand? So they decided to do it, and so we have to recognize them for doing that. You know what I mean? Big up all the whole self. All join me in bigging up them people. You understand? Oh yeah. The next thing that I have to tell the boy, Kirani James's mom, Annie, James, Pamela, she was laid to rest today. She died on the 8th of May. Now, Kirani returned from the United States within 2 days of hearing of the news. You know, so he and his family, you know, they were there at this funeral and thing. They did some nice little tributes and so on. You understand? It was well attended. In fact, the Prime Minister and so on was there. You know, but it was a nice little funeral. You know what I mean? So, yes. All right, Ola. The next thing that we have to tell Ola about, boy, for all the cricket fans out there like myself, the fixtures for the 2019 Hero CPL has been announced, and St. Lucia Stars will bowl off September 5th. Remember, St. Lucia Stars are like the Grenada team because we have Grenadian Association on the team. For example, we have Andre Fletcher, who is one of the best batsmen in the tournament. All right. So the Premier League fixtures for 2019 season was launched. It was announced. The 34-match season starts late this year with the opening game on September 4th and the final on October 12th. Yeah, you understand? As the best cricketing talent from across the Caribbean and from around the world, they are set to be a part of the big party in sports. Now, so far, games are confirmed in Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the first match will see last year's winners, Trinbago Knight Riders, take on St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, while Guyana Amazon Warriors will get underway against St. Lucia Stars. Now, everyone who follows cricket watches the CPL, because that's just the tournament of the year. You understand? So, all your good luck. And Andre Fletcher, I know you're going to make us proud, so I ain't even talking about Andre right now. Okay, that one goes without saying. You understand? We're moving on. The Ministry of Sports, in conjunction with the CIBC First Caribbean International Bank and the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association, launched the 2019 CIBC FCIB Primary School Swimming Championships. The launch was held today, Wednesday, May 29th, at the Ministry of Works Conference Room. Over 270 students from primary schools across Grenada, including Carriacou, will compete in 2 days of exciting swimming action. The championships will take place next week, June 6th and 7th, from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Good Hope Pool, St. George. Now, we had Miss Gail Purcell. She's actually the Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association. She says this event is important for swimmers because they need to get the needed exposure and to be able to compete on a national level. Now, if these kind of things ain't happening, these young talent, you understand, it goes unnoticed. So she's saying that this is important for the youngsters to be able to compete on the national level. It's good for them, and so they continue to do it.
The most significant swimming events, which allows our young up-and-coming swimmers who may or may not have had as much exposure into swimming the opportunity to compete and compete on a national level, because you're competing against schools throughout the island. Last year we had a very good showing, and I think this year we expect a similar number of swimmers participating. Approximately at this point we have 270 swimmers who are registered, representing 22 schools across the island, which is quite I would say, a phenomenal task in our current environment and challenges that we've experienced over the past few months. And we certainly applaud the Ministry of Sports for being able to maintain both the Learn to Swim program, which feeds into this and helps develop it, and as well as welcoming on board, or continuing to welcome on board, the swimmers who participate in some of the clubs and have the opportunity for additional exposure.
All right, thank you very much. Now, she even spoke about the upgrades to the facility at Good Hope. Now, she said that due to the recent upgrades and so on at the Good Hope swimming facility, the conditions will be more accommodating for the swimmers.
We're happy from GASA to be able to report that we're going to be able to welcome our swimmers in a lot more friendly environment this year. Over the past year, we've had some, I think, substantial upgrades at the Good Hope swimming pool, which makes the accommodations much more inviting and welcoming and comfortable for our swimmers to participate. With the upgrade of the pool, over the month of December, the pool was drained and resurfaced through the support of the Ministry of Sports, the GOC, Grenada Olympic Committee, and through FINA. So that has been one of the most significant things, and it certainly helps accommodating, almost 300 swimmers in a facility that is not very large, but it makes it much more accommodating and better for a better environment for the competition.
Thank you very much, Gail. And this morning's press conference and launch was also attended by Mr. Nigel Olivier. He's the country manager, CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, and Mrs. Natalie Shira, and she's a senior swimming coach at Ministry of Sports. All right, we're going to be telling you more about this as time progresses. Now, the next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, local media invited to view work of the World Pediatric Project orthopedic team. They are currently visiting Grenada. You understand? Now, the world-renowned World Pediatric Project WPP orthopedic team is currently in Grenada, as preparations continue for its special mission to St. Vincent in September of this year. Now, the team of nurses, doctors, medical school workers, and technical support personnel is headed by WPPS's Executive Director, Lauren McIntosh. Now, the visit to Grenada provides an opportunity for the local media and stakeholders to meet members of the local, regional, and international team and to witness firsthand medical pre-assessments of Grenadian children. Now, on Tuesday, the WPPS local coordinator Sharon Davis told the Government Information Services, the GIS, 70 children were already registered for the assessments. She said that the group will conduct assessments up until midday on Thursday. Now, parents and guardians, you can contact Miss Davis, Dr. Beverly Nelson, or Dr. Taisha Donald at the General Hospital, for assessments and discussions on possible assistance and future visits. Now, the medical pre-assessments are being undertaken at the outpatient clinic at the General Hospital, and that's going to be tomorrow. So that was today and tomorrow at 8 a.m. Please be guided accordingly. You don't too late for all to make a phone call and see, right. All here, we are moving on. The next thing that we have to tell all you about, boy, history in the making, ECCB and the Prime Minister and them, they had a nice press conference and thing today, and they launched the polymer notes. Everybody been hearing about the polymer notes, and probably a lot tired of hearing it, but it will be a reality in just a matter of days, starting with the $50 notes. People spend the money. When I get the money, they don't say, oh, I'm holding it as no souvenir and things. Spend the money, because this will be the new money. It's not no sample. Yes, the money go pretty, it go smell nice, and it go sharp. Spend the money. All right? We have a comprehensive report on the polymer a little bit later on in the national report. Earlier, the next thing that we have to tell all about, boys, is that the Inland Revenue Department and the outreach program is about to kick off, and it is important for you to pay attention to this. Now, the Inland Revenue Division Outreach Office Initiative for 2019 will commence tomorrow, God's willing, at the St. David District Revenue Office from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the IRD team will then move to Grenville Car Park on Friday, May 31st, and will serve the people of St. Andrew and surrounding areas from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, the public, you are therefore encouraged to take advantage of the opportunity to make payments for all tax types, register businesses, file objections for property tax, and obtain clarity or information on any tax-related matter. The team will be in Carriacou for 2 days on the 13th and 14th of June at the Carriacou District Revenue Office to serve both Carriacou and the Petite Martinique from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both days. 2 outreach offices will be held on Friday, 21st June, one at the District Revenue Office in Soteres, St. Patrick, and the other in the parish of St. John at the Grove Nutmeg Pool. St. Patrick Outreach Office begins from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., while St. John, the team will be there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. On June 28th, for the first time, an outreach office will be held at Grand Dance at the Wall Street area to facilitate the needs of the people in the south of the island from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The 2019 Outreach Office Initiative will culminate on June 29th, close to the entrance of the NIS car park on Melville Street at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's the second year that the Inland Revenue Division is undertaking this activity, which is geared at offering increased services to taxpayers. It is also an opportunity for the Inland Revenue Division, to gauge the needs of the general public and expand its education drive on compliance and other tax-related issues. Now, the public, you are therefore encouraged to take advantage of the opportunity to make payments for all tax types, register businesses, file objections to property tax, and obtain clarity and information on tax-related matters. We are moving on. Folks, the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, we have to be very careful with that one. We have received multiple reports starting last night of an alleged attack on a woman. Now we are hearing that the incident happened in St. Paul. All right. We were told that a woman who works at a medical facility was beaten and allegedly raped by a man. They say she was attacked and pulled into some nearby bushes. You understand? One news report indicated that police are looking into a possible suspect. You understand? We will get some more details on that as soon as it is forthcoming. But if this incident happened in the manner that it has been reported, there's some serious business there. You understand? Some serious business. But we have received this information and all checked out from all sources. You understand? What are we going to do with that? Yeah, what are we going to do with that? Anyway, how did that talk, eh? Well, yeah. What officials are talking about now is extreme heat. People are complaining about heat. Now, a Caribbean climatologist says that while the Caribbean is best known for having wet, dry, and hurricane seasons, a little known fact is that the region also has a distinct heat season. Now, Cedric Van Mobeck, climatologist at the Barbados-based Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology, CIMH, says that since about 1995, the Caribbean has had a distinct heat season, which lasts from about May to October and is forecast to be more intense this year than the last 2 years. You understand, people? It says, but the heat season is something that didn't happen in the past. Yes, people feel more comfortable and sometimes even cold around Christmas time. And you know that it gets hotter towards September. But it's not really common knowledge that there is a 6-month period that noticeably warmer than the other parts of the year, and that is May to October. It says, and during that heat season, you find that the levels of heat discomfort and heat stress increases. So that's impacting your health, also the health of some animals. You understand? That's according to Mr. Van Mobeck. Adding, this has implications for comfort levels as well as major sectors in the region, such as tourism and agriculture. You understand? He said that that while the heat season peaks in September, the region has its most heat waves between August and October. He says that the heat waves might not look as extreme as they are in some desert areas or some parts of the United States and other regions. However, they do impact us because mostly that's also the time of the year when the humidity is high. He says that when humidity is high, your body doesn't cool as effectively as when the air is quite dry, and so you feel more heat stress, even though the temperature does not increase immensely. He has been urging people as well to stay as cool as possible, especially from August onwards. The climatologist said that for the first half of the heat season, the air is still relatively dry. Therefore, the temperatures are not necessarily so uncomfortable. But it is really that second part of the heat season that we would want to be warned against. He says, keep cool. Don't go into the sun in the middle of the day. Seek shade, seek ventilation in your homes as well as, all right? So if you have AC, make sure you run AC while you sleep so that your brain and your body can recover better and that you can function normal in the face of the heat. You understand? This is some serious business we're talking about here, you know. Even in St. Lucia, you're hearing people are talking about the extreme heat. How you toss this so? How you toss this so? I don't ready for you yet. You understand how you toss this so? Huh? Alright. So even in St. Lucia, you have people who are there talking about the heat that they're dealing with.
While HTS cameras caught up with several individuals complaining about the incessant heat, strapped with their umbrellas or driving in their cars with their windows up and the AC on blast, persons ensured they found ways to protect themselves from the unbearable heat.
If it gets any hotter than now, I'll faint. I'll have a physical collapse.
Do you think it's better to be outdoors or indoors?
It's better to be indoors, man. Out there, you're open to anything, you know.
What are your thoughts?
Well, something, that's okay. That's okay with me.
It doesn't bother you?
Oh yes. A lot.
The heat is very hot. I'm trying to remain hydrated by drinking a little water, but I don't know what's going on. It's really, really hot in the country right now.
Well, it's very hot here. It's also hot where it came from, Barbados, but that is how it is. So we have to take in some water and just keep under the shade wherever possible.
While some found the heat unbearable, others welcomed it.
How is the heat affecting you?
I like it. It's very nice.
You like the heat?
Yeah, man. Every day. Nice sunshine. We say about 2 months so. I'm good. Anyway, have a nice day.
The president of the St. Lucia Nurses Association said regarding the heat, nothing compares to keeping hydrated.
We have realized that the heat is unbearable, and so as nurses we call out to St. Lucians to ensure that you drink a lot of water. Many of us choose to drink juice, but it's not the right thing. It's a bottle of water. Drink your water, 8 glasses a day. And we need to keep ourselves hydrated. For those who indulge in alcohol, stay away from it because it further dehydrates you. Drink water.
She says persons showing signs of heat stroke should seek medical attention.
That person would present with maybe feeling extra hot, also showing signs of exhaustion and maybe even fainting. And so we would be able to at least recognize that the best thing is to go to hospital. Always seek medical advice.
All in all, persons should remain hydrated whether in or outdoors. Lizandy Boville, HTS News Force.
Yeah, we can make you faint and thing too, but here what's going on though? Not all fainting is because of heating, and sometimes if you're a tabank and thing, you get a good faint. Man just pass out. You see a man walking in the street and thinking about it and just pass out, and people falling, give him some smelling salt. You know, he may be hot tabank. The thing is anyway, let's do that talk. Alright, folks, we have a real thing to tell you about. Now, 3 Jamaican policemen has been sentenced to 14 years for killing a schoolgirl, right? We want to talk to you about that in a moment. As well, we want to tell you about a body that has washed up on the shore in St. Lucia and who that person may just be. All right? Cuba legalizes private Wi-Fi networks, or is about to do so. We're going to tell you about that. Shiv Narayan Chanapal refutes claims that he is dead. Who are you going to believe? The people saying he's dead, or him saying that he is not? Folks, we'll take a short break, and when we come back, it's real news in Ole Lili Lolo.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Hedison John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Westways, and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Is it a bird? It's a plane. No, it's Super Saver. Court's Super Saver sale is back with amazing deals of up to 50% off. Shop from Tuesday 28 to Friday 31st May and enjoy super deals on a wide range of items across the store. Offers valid for a limited time. Tuesday 28 to Friday 31st May. Be a Super Saver with up to 50% off. Only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
All right, they are indeed bringing value home as we continue tonight's Mikey Live. Now, we've been telling you about 3 police officers who has gotten themselves in trouble for the killing of a schoolgirl. Now, this is not a recent incident. The incident happened back in March of 2012, where the trio shot a car. They opened fire on a car in which the young girl was a passenger. According to a police report, 6 other occupants in the car were also shot. The young girl died. No. It's a long story, but of course, in the interest of time, we're not going to get into that. Now, the next thing that we have to tell about, boy, is a body. Police are in the process of formally identifying the body of a man that washed up in St. Lucia, on a shore in St. Lucia. All right, and who they believe this person is likely to be. We have a special report from the HTS News Force out there in St. Lucia on this new development. Here we go.
A man who washed ashore at Mafres Point in Vieux-Fort on Tuesday morning is alleged to be the male suspect who fled police during an interception at sea on Friday, May 24th. Law enforcement officials say on Friday, May 24th, at about 7:30 p.m. during a routine patrol, the police marine unit vessel stopped a fiberglass canoe with cannabis about 100 nautical miles off the coastline of Mafres Point in Vieux-Fort. One of the 2 male occupants who was on the vessel jumped overboard in attempts to evade the police.
Searches were conducted in the area for him, but to no avail. On Tuesday, the 28th of May 2019, a body of a male believed to be that second individual was recovered along Mafres Point in Vieux-Fort, and formal identification has yet taken place, and as a consequence we cannot confirm that it is actually this second individual, but an update will be provided in due course.
The second male occupant has been charged for drug possession.
63 pounds of what appeared to be cannabis was recovered and seized on that vessel. One individual, namely Martinez Fontenelle of Bruceville, Vieux-Fort, was arrested and subsequently charged for the offense of possession of controlled drugs, and he was later escorted to the 2nd District Court, where he was granted bail.
According to unconfirmed reports, the man believed to be the second male suspect is originally from Duga, Miku, but resided in Larichus, Vieux-Fort. Photos of the body have surfaced online. Police are attempting to confirm the identity of the man who washed ashore at Mafres Point in Vieux-Fort. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.
Thank you, Gina. And you're going to continue to follow this development. I think there's need for me to speak to the officer further on this matter, just to keep an update into what's going on. If I could get a number for 826, that could be good. So anybody from St. Lucia can hook me up with the police so that we can do further investigation on the matter. Anyway, yeah, Khadija, all you troubling me for? Reginald says, beautiful girl, Mikey, get her number for me. Need to visit. Yo, take all the time. Leave the police alone. Leave the police alone, alright? Good. Alright. Yeah. If any day I will see Mikey, they'll show up on Mikey Live and they say Mikey turned police. Just know that he's not in Grenada, And beat it. Yo. Me watch me more before I get leaks. Yeah, I got a shoot on the program. Alright. So the next thing that we have to tell all you about now is that Cuba is legalizing private Wi-Fi networks and the importation of equipment like routers, and that will be eliminating one of the world's tightest restrictions on internet use in that country. Now, the measure was just announced by state media there. It now provides a large status to thousands of Cubans who created homemade digital networks with smuggled equipment that was illegal, but generally tolerated by authorities in recent years. It also appears to allow private businesses to provide internet to customers. The potential start in Cuba of internet cafes that are virtually unknown in the Spanish-speaking territory. Now, while the new regulation permits citizens to connect to the internet with their own equipment and share the signal with others, it does not loosen state control of the internet itself. All right. Cuba's telecoms monopoly, ETESA, I think the name is, remains the only internet provider on the island. Okay, folks, and seeing is believing, so let me show you. This man says, I'm not dead. His name is Shivnarayan Chandapal. He has debunked claims in an online article which reported that he died on Tuesday morning following a vehicular accident at the Toronto Mall on Monday night. The article, titled "Man Knocked Down by Vehicle in Toronto, Identified as Guyanese Cricketer Shivnarayan Chandapal," appears on cbtvn.com. It claimed that Chandapal was knocked down by a Honda Civic. He says, "I am alive and well. All right, I'm in Guyana, I'm not in Toronto." The article claimed that the Guyanese embassy in Canada has confirmed the identity of the 44-year-old and said they were aware of his visit to Toronto, Canada. But Chandapal say, "Nothing no go so. I dey home, I alive, and I well. And the next time I decide to die, I will tell all you first."
The countdown is on to Grenada's most exciting music festival. Friday, 7th June is Sol EC Limited Rhythm and Soul Night with Carrie Hilson, the legendary Freddie Jackson, Eddie Bullen, and Jefferson Ramirez. Saturday, 8th June is Wester Hall Rum Reggae Fest featuring Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Tamara St. Bernard, and more. The festival climaxes on Sunday, 9th June with a George F. Huggins Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Tennyson John and Blacks, Patrice Roberts, West Ways, Jab King, and more. Gates open 7 p.m., showtime 9 p.m. Advance tickets $80 Friday and Saturday, $60 on Sunday, and are available island-wide. Limited VIP and season tickets at Grenada Optical and GoToFet.com. Grenada Music Festival 2019. Get your tickets today. Sponsors: Silver Sands Grenada, Hennessy, the Antillian Group, Coca-Cola, St. George's University, Glen Elch Springwater, and Netherlands Insurance.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
This is gonna be the biggest bingo event of the year! On Sunday, 2nd June, 5 p.m. at the National Stadium, Megaforce Promotions presents Big Bucks. I count big bucks. Big Bucks. That's $100,000 in cash. Let me say it again. $100,000 in cash. But wait, one bingo jackpot will be $20,000. That's big bucks. Imagine you winning that game is mass. Tickets cost $60 for one. Pay $100 and we give you 2 tickets. DJ Chemist and Heavy D will have the place rocking. Sponsored by Carrier, Glenelg Springwater, Mikey Live, GoodFed.com, Waggy T Rentals and Sound Company. Sunday, 2nd June. Big bucks, the Mega Bingo.
All right, folks, so that's going to be good. All right, we're going to be there. And, folks, what happens now is the National Report.
New family of EC polymer notes launched. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, May 29th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, who is also the chairman of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank's Monetary Council, on Wednesday launched the new family of EC polymer notes. The new polymer notes are more resistant to dirt and moisture and therefore more durable than the paper notes currently in circulation. Dr. Mitchell hailed the occasion as historic, noting that the ECCB is the first central bank in the Caribbean to issue an entire family of notes on polymer. This is therefore a significant achievement for the bank and by extension for all members of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. The Prime Minister commended the Governor and the staff of the ECCB for the initiative.
The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, to me, is creating history today. I'm therefore heartened to be part of this occasion. The ECCB is the first central bank, if we didn't know it, in the Caribbean to issue an entire family of notes in polymer. This is therefore a significant achievement for the bank and by extension for all members of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. Today's launch of the new family of EC polymer notes provides a clear demonstration of the bank's leadership, innovation and commitment to protecting our currency.
Wednesday's launch included the unveiling of the newly designed $50 note, which now bears the image of former ECCB Governor Sir Dwight Venner, who served in that capacity for 26 years. Dr. Mitchell said Sir Dwight must be recognized for the tremendous contribution he made to the ECCB and to the region.
Today's event therefore takes on added significance because it also marks the launch of the newly designated $50 note, which now includes a portrait of the former governor of the ECCB, the late Sir Dwight Venner, and in honor of his legacy and service to the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. So Dwight must be recognized for the tremendous contribution he has made, giving human service to the ECCB and to the region as a whole. The Council is therefore pleased to unveil this $50 note in his honor and in his memory.
An encapsulated $50 note was presented to Sir Dwight's widow, Lady Linda Venner, who attended the launch, which was streamed live to other member states of the Currency Union. Still with news from the ECCB, while the EC polymer notes are being introduced, its phased introduction will mean that paper notes will still be in circulation. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank on Wednesday unveiled the $50 note, which bears the signature of Grenadian Governor Dr. Timothy Antwine for the first time since he was appointed to the position in 2016. The launch of the polymer notes is in keeping with the ECCU's 2017-2021 strategic plan focused on transforming the ECCU together. Polymer banknotes are produced from a thin, transparent and flexible plastic film which gives it high security value. They are resistant to water and other liquids, resistant to dirt and moisture, and are eco-friendly. ECCB's Governor Dr. Timothy Antwine said although the polymer notes are expensive to produce in the first instance, the overall cost of production and handling is reduced in the long run.
Polymer notes are more cost-effective than paper. Although polymer notes are more expensive to produce up front, their extended lifespan means that the notes are replaced less often. Consequently, there will be a reduction in transportation and handling costs, thus reducing the overall cost of cash for the ECCB, commercial banks, and credit unions. As part of our due diligence, the ECCB consulted with colleagues from the Bank of England, the Bank of Scotland, and the Bank of Canada about their experiences with changing from paper to polymer. Compared to paper notes, polymer notes are cleaner, resistant to dirt and moisture, more secure. They have advanced security features which make them harder to counterfeit, more durable. They last at least 3 times longer than paper.
Dr. Antwine says the new banknotes will be circulated in phases before the current paper notes are completely eliminated. The ECCB will reduce the $50 notes first, followed by the $100, $20, and $10 notes by September of this year.
Both our paper and polymer notes will be in circulation at the same time. And I want to assure you that they are both legal tender. So you don't need to rush to the bank and bring in your paper to get polymer. They will, and let's be clear, there is no point at this stage in destroying absolutely good paper notes. That would be wasteful and irresponsible. So we'll use them until their natural life ends and we will replace them. So for a period of time, we will have both. And they are both legal tender, so just be assured of that. In respect of the rollout, our current projection is the $100, $20, and $10 notes will be issued around September. And I say around because depending on demand, it could be a little earlier, it could be a little later. And the $5 note around September next year.
This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The excitement builds for the Grenada Music Festival 2019. 3 nights of pulsating live music and great food. The festival kicks off on Friday, June 7th with Rhythm and Soul, featuring Freddie Jackson, Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen, Jefferson Ramirez and the Solid Band, and more. Saturday is Reggae Fest with performances by Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kamani Marley, and a special surprise guest. The festival climaxes on Sunday, June 9th with Soca Fusion featuring the All-Stars with Blacks and Teddyson John, Patrice Roberts, Was Ways, and many more. General admission Friday and Saturday $80. Sunday you pay only $60. Limited early bird, season pass, and VIP tickets now available at gotofet.com. It's the most talked about event of the year, GMF 2019. June 7th to 9th. Get your tickets today.
Welcome back. Keeping the brain mentally alert by eliminating the use of calculators to solve math problems has its many advantages. Students are now putting these skills to the test in the Dennis Bell Mental Mathematics Quiz. The Southern Zone competition began recently. We get more details from Annette Moore.
The objectives of this competition are to encourage the teachers and students to engage in at least 15 minutes of simple mental arithmetic on a daily basis, including calculation strategies acquired in basic number facts, in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, to consolidate and extend mental arithmetic strategies in calculations, to raise the achievement level in mathematics, and by extension all other subject areas, and to allow students to compete in an exciting and friendly manner throughout the school year.
Half of a right angle is joined to a straight line. What is the size of the new angle formed?
225 degrees.
Correct answer.
This competitive event consists of 4 sections, which are mental arithmetic, math Jeopardy, and the bonus and power round. It takes place on 4 levels, namely the class, school, district, and national level. The The winners at the various district levels represent their district at the national level.
The school that wins here will compete with the one that wins in the northern zone, and that winning school will move on to represent District 5 in the National Mental Maths Quiz.
GIS sat in on one quiz which took place at the St. George's Methodist School on May 22nd. 4 schools were represented at this event: St. George's Methodist, St. George's Seventh-day Adventist, South St. George Government, and the Monjaloo RC schools.
What is the place value of the 5 in the decimal 16.2351?
Thousands with a TH in the end.
That's correct.
South St. George emerged in the lead after that quiz. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
That story just brought the curtains down on the National Report for today. Let's recap the top story. New family of EC polymer notes launched. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Thank you, Rikisha, and everyone else at the GIS's newsroom. We touch base tomorrow, God's willing. Let's take a look at the weather, see what that's like for us, all right? So here we see that it's in St. George, it's just around 28 degrees Celsius. The low for tonight is expected to be just around 26 degrees Celsius. Winds 21 kilometers per hour, humidity 81%, precipitation 1%. All right, guys, and that's generic weather forecast for us, all right? That's as far as I can take us for tonight. Let's just pick up some of the people on the program. We see here we have Camille, Shireen, Asha, Dwight, Trevelyn, Merrick, Noreen, Gwendolyn, and Peter, Esther, Daria, Shireen, Shomin, and who else is on the program? And Arthur is with us as well, and Kirin is with us as well, and Monica. I see Monica is there as well. So all the people. Well, yeah, the weather could be different by you, Dwight. That's a small thing. Zaka, Ezra, and Hazel, and everyone else, man, Eunice and Joycelyn, thank you for viewing Mikey Live. Irma and the crew, blessings to you, all right? I see Rolanda is there as well. Big up Rolanda and Patsy. And Osric is there with us as well. Deborah, you are there with us as well. I see you there. Big up Deborah as well. All right, guys, so blessings, and we touch base again tomorrow, God's willing. All right, Mishi, God bless you and everyone else. In 5, 4, Nika, I see you. 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No. Good night, everyone. Let's touch base tomorrow again, all right? See you.